Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome back to UK Seniors Hub. It's always lovely to have you here with me, especially when we're talking about something as important, as timely, and as genuinely impactful as today's breaking update. So take a moment, settle in, maybe grab yourself a cup of tea, and let's walk through this together calmly, clearly, and without any of the confusion that often comes with government announcements. Because this one, truly, is something every pensioner needs to hear. Now, listen closely because what I'm about to share is more than just a headline. The DWP has confirmed a brand new one-off payment £431 aimed specifically at older pensioners. And I'm going to explain exactly who qualifies, why this payment is being given, when it could arrive, and what steps you need to take right now to make sure you're not accidentally missing out. I know many of you worry about whether these payments apply to you. Some of you message me saying, I'm born in the early 1950s, do I qualify? Or I'm on the basic state pension, does that matter? Or do I need to apply, or will it come automatically? And honestly, those are the right questions to ask because the DWP doesn't always make things clear. So today, think of this as your personal, friendly, step-by-step guide from someone who genuinely wants to help you understand your rights. No jargon. No panic. No rushed explanations. Just clarity. So let's begin with what this £431 payment actually is, and why it's being issued now. A lot of people think these one-off payments come out of nowhere, but they usually don't. They are almost always linked to older pension structures, and I want you to listen carefully to that phrase, older pension structures. Many of you watching this right now retired before the new state pension system came into effect in 2016. And because of that, you're on the basic state pension system, which is often lower and didn't always receive the same benefit adjustments as younger retirees. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The DWP has been reviewing different pension age groups because they found historical gaps, underpayments, missed adjustments, and older categories that didn't receive the same increases others did. And to correct that, or at least ease the pressure on those affected, the DWP issues targeted support payments. The £431 payment is one of those targeted boosts. But here's where the confusion starts: not everyone gets it. And not everyone knows whether they fall into the qualifying category. So let's talk about that, slowly and clearly. First, age. This payment focuses on older pensioners, usually those born before 1953, and especially people in the pre-1960 brackets. That does not automatically mean you qualify if you're born in those years, but it places you in the group the DWP is actively reviewing. If your birth year falls towards the older end of the pension spectrum, your chances of qualifying are higher simply because your pension was built under the older rules. Second, type of pension. This is the part that confuses the most people. Not all state pensions are the same. Some people receive the new state pension. Others receive the basic state pension. Some people receive Category A pensions, some receive Category B pensions, and some receive derived pensions such as widows' pensions or married women's reduced-rate pensions. If your pension falls under older categories, particularly the basic state pension or derived pensions, this payment becomes more relevant to you. Why? Because these categories were the ones most affected by older entitlement structures. Let me give you a real-life example. Imagine Mary, born in 1948. She retired long before the new pension rules came into effect. Her pension is based on the older basic state pension, which didn't always receive the same adjustments newer retirees get today. That means Mary is exactly the type of person this payment is aimed at. Now imagine someone else, Peter, born in 1962. Peter receives the new state pension. His pension falls under modern rules and is less likely to be part of the DWP's correction reviews. So even though Peter is a pensioner, this payment is not aimed at his age group. This is why many people get confused, because even though two people are pensioners, the system treats them differently based on age, year of birth, and pension category. Now, the next part is something I want you to listen to especially carefully. A lot of pensioners assume they are not eligible simply because their income is a bit higher, or because they don't receive pension credit. But I want to be absolutely clear: this £431 payment is not about current income. It is not means tested. It does not matter whether you receive pension credit, housing benefit, attendance allowance, or any other support. This payment is tied to your historical entitlement, not your bank balance. Even people who have never claimed any extra benefits may qualify. In fact, in previous DWP corrections, many pensioners who were not receiving any extra support still received one-off payments due to historical adjustments. Let's move on to timing, because I know many of you are wondering when this money might arrive. Now, the DWP has already confirmed the payment, which is very important. When the DWP uses the word confirmed, it means the structure has been approved and is being organized behind the scenes. Payments like this are usually sent out in phases, starting with the oldest age brackets first. So if you're in your late 70s, 80s, or 90s, you might receive it sooner. If you're in your early 60s or early 70s and still fall into the qualifying category, yours may come later. Payments will almost always arrive the same way your pension does, usually directly into your bank account. No new application. No forms. No phone calls. And please be careful here, because scammers love moments like this. The DWP never sends texts, emails, or surprise phone calls asking for bank details. Real payments arrive automatically. So if you receive any message asking you to confirm your details, delete it. It's a scam. The DWP simply does not operate that way. Now, let's talk about the thing almost everyone worries about: will this £431 payment affect other benefits? And thankfully, the answer is no. One-off payments like this are classed as non-taxable support. They don't affect your pension. They don't reduce your pension credit. They don't count as income for housing benefit or council tax reduction. They don't affect anything. You keep every penny of it. The whole point is to support you, not penalize you. But even with all these positives, many people will still miss out. Not because they don't qualify, but because they misunderstand something simple. Maybe they think their year of birth excludes them when it actually doesn't. Or maybe they assume it's only for people on pension credit. Or maybe they think they're automatically disqualified because they live in Scotland, Wales, or Northern Ireland. None of that is true. This payment is not based on region. It is tied solely to age, pension category, and entitlement. So here's the big question: how do you check if you qualify? The easiest way is to look at the letter you received when you first claimed your state pension. That letter usually states whether your pension is the basic state pension, the new state pension, a derived pension, or a combined category. If your pension began before 2016, you are likely not guaranteed, but likely on the older system. You can also check your government gateway account, but many older pensioners prefer the phone. If that's you, the safest way is to call the official pension service number, which is always printed on your pension letters. Before we start wrapping up, I want to talk briefly about a common question: is this a one-time payment, or could more be coming? And the truth is, the DWP has been reviewing older pension categories for several years now. Every time they uncover underpayments or inconsistencies, new payments follow. So yes, while this £431 payment is confirmed, it may not be the last. In fact, historically, once the DWP begins these reviews, multiple rounds of payments often happen over time. Now, I want to leave you with a bit of final, friendly advice. First, make sure your pension details are up to date. If you've changed banks recently, let the DWP know. Second, keep an eye out for official letters. Third, never give your bank details to anyone who contacts you unexpectedly. Real DWP communication is always posted, never emailed or texted. And finally, don't assume you're not eligible. Many pensioners dismiss themselves too quickly, and they end up missing out on money that was genuinely meant for them. If you were born in the older ranges, if your pension began before 2016, or if your pension falls under the basic, Category A, Category B, or derived systems, you owe it to yourself to check. It could be worth £431 that goes straight into your pocket. Thank you so much for watching today's update here on UK Seniors Hub. If you found this breakdown helpful, if you appreciate having things explained clearly and calmly, then please take a moment to like this video. It really helps the channel reach more seniors who need this information. And if you haven't subscribed yet, Now is the perfect time because I'll be bringing you every important update, every new rule, every confirmed payment, and every benefit change that affects older citizens across the UK. So stay tuned, stay informed, and as always, stay safe. This is UK Seniors Hub, and I'll see you in the next update.